Good afternoon. How you feel? Man, I heard you guys knew how to party. I thought you knew how to get excited. I heard that this was the place to be for the next 2.5 days. I said, how did you guys feel? All right, so I did my test already. That means it doesn't take long for it to translate. But I got to make sure we're on the same page like I usually do. And I start all my training, first and foremost, by telling the people who got me here how much I appreciate it. People like Charles Vest, Troy Neihart, Jeff Rogers. Please give all these guys a round of applause. These are your corporate staff members. And I would not be here had it not been for them. I don't have a lot of time today at all. I usually have a little timer to keep me on track. So I'm going to keep myself on track. How about that? I want to give you guys a quick test. And I want to test and see what kind of energy we have. I'm going to give you a statement. And then you're going to clap one time. And then each statement, we're going to add one additional clap. Is that okay with everybody? Now, in order to be successful, empty your hands first. In order to be successful, first, you have to change the way you walk. Clap. Now you got to change the way you talk. Now you got to change the way you think. You got to change the way you act. That's how you change your life. This will work. This will work. Now, that might have been 7. I know y'all excited, but that may have been 7 claps. I want to make sure we're in rhythm. I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper because I'm going to teach you guys how to duplicate everything you've learned so far. The name of the game in this industry is duplication. If you think you have something valuable, the first thing you have to do is understand the magnitude of the opportunity. Let me hear you say opportunity. Opportunity. You have to understand how large the opportunity is that you possess. A lot of people, 1, don't understand the magnitude of your opportunity, and 2, you don't understand the type of business you're in. It's not personal. I'm saying a lot of people in this industry, they don't really know the magnitude of their opportunity, and they don't know, number 2, the type of business that they're in. So let me put up a little slide here. I'm going to give you an advancement here. The first thing you have to do is understand that opportunity equals urgency plus excitement. Opportunity is urgency plus excitement. See, you're building a culture. Everybody who's in the game this early is creating a culture. You decide right now what type of culture you want that to be. Do you want everybody laid back and everybody nice and calm and cool? Or do you want the kind of energy that attracts people to you? Do you want to be an attractive company or a company that repels everyone? Who wants attraction? Well, what that means is you have to understand the sense of urgency that you have to have, and urgency plus excitement will bring people to your opportunity. Does that make sense to everyone? The reason most people don't get urgent or excited about the opportunity is because they don't know the kind of business they're in. Write this down. You are in the distribution business. You are in the distribution business. If you know that you have a cause, if you know that you have the most powerful product in the world, if you know that your comp plan is second to none, the one way to make sure everyone else knows that is to build a huge distribution base. You help more people if you start building your business. You see, there are 2 ways to look at it. You can go across the country and sell the product, which you should, which you need to because a lot of people need it. But you can also build a huge organization of hundreds of thousands of people doing the exact same thing. The question becomes, which one do you reach more people with, 1 or 2? 2. In other words, I would rather make or get 100% of 100 people's efforts than 1% of my own efforts. That's the definition of leverage. So most people need to understand this. It takes some time for you to learn how to think like a leader so you can build a huge distribution base. The name of the game is, write this down, I must work hard enough today so I can be permanently lazy tomorrow. I must work hard enough today so I can be permanently lazy when? Tomorrow. Now, the only way to get permanently lazy tomorrow, see, he told you I retired when I was 22 because I worked like crazy from 19 to 22 with no days off. I worked on myself. I worked on my business. I worked myself right off of my job because I worked on me. Write that down. If you work on you, you work off your job. If you work on you, you will work off your job. So for 3 years, I put my nose to the ground and I worked on me harder than I did anything else. And I learned how to master this business. Once I found out that the key to being a distributor is to have distribution, it changed my life. See, what good are you as a distributor if you don't at least learn the power of what? Distribution. You can't, it's called a distributorship for a reason. That means you distribute a powerful product or service, and we use people to spread that movement throughout the world. So you're going to help more people if you look at your opportunity as more of a movement that's not sweeping the nation, not sweeping the country, sweeping the entire what? It's sweeping the world. It's a movement. But you can't move anything if you're not excited. You can't move anything if you don't have a sense of urgency. You can't move anything if you don't have that sense of opportunity. Rule number 1, get what? Excited. Say excited. Excited. Number 2, produce a sense of what? Urgency, and understand you are in the distribution what? Business. You're in the distribution business. Now, with that being said, who would mind if I help you get your degree? Okay, I'm going to give you an undergrad degree in network marketing over the next 45 minutes. Who wants an undergrad degree in network marketing? Now, it doesn't matter where you are right now mentally. You may be saying to yourself, I didn't plan on really building the business. I didn't really plan on having a huge distribution base. I just wanted to get in and get some products or services sold, and that's perfectly fine. But here's the key. You might want to refer 2 or 3 people who do have that intention. See, you don't have to be great today, but you have to be good enough to introduce this business to people who are more hungry than you. So who would mind, for example, if you sponsor Billy Funk and he just fell in your organization? Who would mind that? Is that okay? Oh, y'all don't like Billy? Let me get that a chance to translate. Okay, so let's do this again. Who would mind sponsoring Billy Funk in their organization? Okay. Who would mind if you had a person that was so dynamic that all you had to do was let them go and they built you a residual check for the rest of your natural life? Who would mind having that kind of person? So there's some basic things that you have to master so that you can at least attract the person that you want in your organization. Everybody got it? In order to attract the person that you want to attract, you have to become that person first. Write this down as a good note. I have to become what I'm trying to attract. And I won't get too deep because I don't want to do a lot of mindset today, but ether is real. Energy is real. Who would agree? Now, if you know that ether and energy is real, how in the world can you attract someone that's going to build your organization when you know nothing about building? That's an oxymoron. In other words, it doesn't exist. You have to know a little bit about building so that a builder will see something in you and want to do business with you. Therefore, you must become the person you're trying to what? Attract. So you can't build a huge distribution base all across the world if you're still thinking about just what's going on in your neighborhood. Those two things don't go together. See, everyone wants the fortune and the fame and the wealth and the riches, but no one wants to expand their vision and learn a little bit more than necessary to get those people. Everybody got me on that? So you have to become that person. So what I've done, my gift from God is making complex things really simple. That's what I do for a living. I own a training company called Mentor to Millions, and I own a program called PAIS. PAIS stands for People, Activity, and Yourself. If you master people, activity, and yourself, you too can make your first $1 million over the next, whatever your goal is financially. You too can make your first $1 million, whatever $1 million is for you. Make sense? To some people, $1 million is, Brian, it's worth millions to me if I can just pay off 3 or 4 credit cards. Who would mind getting out of debt? To some people, Brian, it's worth millions to me if I can just travel the world for the rest of my life. Who would like to travel and see the world? To some people, Brian, if my kids can go to the best schools in the country and I can leave this world with a trust fund for my grandchildren, then it's worth $1 million to me. Who is that okay with? Then you have to master these things: people, activity, and yourself. So what I did was I came up with some slides for you guys today called 8 modules to master. These are 8 modules to master. And if you notice, they all start with what letter? What letter? What letter on this side? P. Can I get one P on this side? Just one. P, thank you. What letter on this side? This is called a framework. If you teach your team through frameworks, it will duplicate a lot faster. That's what I like about what Billy just did. That's what I like about what Jeff Rogers just did. They're teaching you frameworks. They're teaching you how to have a party. My job now is to show you how that ties into everything you do before and after you have it. You have to teach people things in what? Frameworks. So the 8 modules to master is simple. I talked about the first one. Personal growth has to be the foundation of your organization. Write that down. Personal growth is the foundation of my organization. Always remember this, guys. The best thing about network marketing is that you can sponsor anyone in the world. The worst thing about network marketing is that you can sponsor anyone in the world. That basically means you're going to attract people who have a lot of bad habits. You're going to attract people who are very lazy. You're going to attract people with negative energy. You're going to attract people who want you to build their business for them, who want you to build it. You're going to attract people who talk a lot and do absolutely what? Nothing. But guess what? You don't attract any of those people if you aren't that person. Now, that may go over a lot of people's heads, but you won't attract any of those people if you aren't that person, because those energies don't even come together. Now, if you're a positive person with a lot of energy, who works hard, who's always excited, and always thinks optimistically, then guess what? Guess who you'll attract? That person. So that's why personal growth has to be the foundation, because we all have bad habits and what I call little red wagons from our childhood that we bring to business with us. You got to dump those red wagons, dump those bad habits, carve out a new group of friends, and you will attract a different type of person. Personal growth has to be the key and foundation of your organization. So here's a rhetorical question for you. What is the last book you read? That's something just for you to think about. Now here's the question. Name 6 of your friends and tell me what's the last book they read. And tell me if it had anything to do with them growing as an individual. That's pretty much a sign of who you hang around. Write this down as a note. If you can't change the people around you, you need to change the people around you. If you cannot change the people around you, you need to change the people around you. You can't make new money being the old you. New money requires new who? New you. So again, personal growth represents the foundation. Module number 2 is prospecting. Here's a good note for you. Your network determines your net worth. Now, that does not mean that if you don't have a big network, you can't make a lot of money. That's not what I mean. What I'm saying is, now that you're in the what kind of business? What kind? Distribution. Now that you're in the distribution business, you got to put yourself in positions to win so you can attract other what? Distributors. So if you know that CBD, this is why I started with the opportunity. If you know that CBD is the best thing since sliced bread, and you know that you have a movement designed to help people with a hemp-rich lifestyle, you can't do it trying to be the one-man or one-woman show. You want thousands of soldiers out telling the same story. You have to build your business, guys, like a marching band. A marching band has a leader, and everyone behind him is moving by the same sheet of music. You ever seen a marching band just go crazy and everybody starts doing their own steps? What would happen if I just jumped out the marching band and started doing the dance I want to do? Not the dance that we all practice. It looks out of sync. Am I right or wrong? Your organization is the same way. If your group is not growing, it's because there's no culture set and no method of duplication where everybody does the same thing, and it's easy to spot who's out of line. But if everybody's doing their own thing, saying what they want to say, doing what they want to do, having what they want to have, then guess what? You'll never have a serious business. You have to duplicate, and it starts with you building a list. They talked about that earlier, right? Building a list. It's called prospecting. Let me give you a good technique. Use grouping to build your list. Grouping means you think of people in certain categories. 5 friends, 5 family members, 5 neighbors, 5 coworkers, 5 church members, 5 friends of your significant other. You'll have 30 names if you think of 6 groups of what? Of 5. See, when you do your memory jogger that Ryan brought up earlier, when you do your memory jogger, you can expand that even further by thinking of groups within each list. You know way more people than you think. Look, if your net worth is determined by your network, who wants a huge network? Guess what? You already have it. You don't have to know 1,000 people today. Look, I've built organizations of 50, 60,000 people in my 20s. It started with me meeting with 2 or 3 friends. So if you understand the power of prospecting and getting a friend to introduce you to 5 groups of 6 or 10 groups of 5, and you put all those people on that memory jogger in a group, and then you turn to your significant other and ask them to do the same, you have 200 names tonight. Now the key is, what do you do with the 200 names? See, you can't have a scarcity mentality. Here's a scarcity mentality. I don't know anybody. I've never done this. Look, when you got your job, had you ever done that before? 9 times out of 10, no. But you went through an interview process, you got hired, you went through orientation, you went through on-the-job training, then you started getting good at it and you got your own routine. You'll give your job 3 to 6 months to get right. You won't give your business 3 to 6 days to get right. We do more for other people than we do ourselves. So for once in your life, if you want to get your degree in network marketing and earn your undergrad, and I'll eventually show you how to get your master's and your PhD, for once in your life, you got to say to yourself, you know what? It's going to be about me and my education, my continued education, so I can learn these 8 steps. Make sense? When you learn those 8 steps and you get them down, you can then turn to other people, teach them how to do it, and your wildest dreams will come true. Here's a good note for you. Write this down. 1 leader can retire you. 1 leader can retire you. 2 leaders can make you rich. 3 leaders can make you more money than you can spend. 1 leader can retire you. 2 leaders can make you rich. 3 leaders can make you more money than you will ever spend. So the name of this game is to find at least 3 leaders before you even start judging your results. The problem with networkers is you start judging your results and you've only been in a week. That's like going to a job and saying, I haven't got my paycheck yet. They're like, look, we don't even cut checks till next Friday. What happened? I thought we got paid as soon as, no. If you got a job and you got hired and you went in and asked for your paycheck and it's not even payday, you might get fired. Like, Mr. Bean, we told you we cut checks every other Friday. Oh, I need my check today. But when people get in business, they want to check when? Today. You haven't even put in any work. Write this down. No wood, no heat. No wood, no heat. Third thing you got to master. I'm going to move quickly because I'm going to bring some people up. We're going to do some live role play today. You got to master the peak and pass. The peak and pass means you get people to a higher source dynamic. Write this down. Anybody but you. Anybody but you. See, when you build your business systematically, your friends and your family members and your coworkers and your neighbors, you want to pass them to another person, place, or thing. Write that down. You pass people to another person, place, or what? Somebody say thing. Thing. Okay. So the name of the game is to hurry up and give people a little bit of information and get them off of you and pass them to another person, place, or what? Thing. Now that person, place, or thing tells them what to do next. See, if you guys get this, if you get really good at getting your new people to just load the funnel, that's all you're doing. You're trying to get a lot of sand into the top of an hourglass. Everyone knows in the middle of the hourglass, it gets very what? Thin. And then eventually it has to come what? Out. You just don't want anyone to stop the flow of the hourglass. But your job is to put as many people as you can in the top of the hourglass. The problem is too many networkers worry about how to get them in. Now, Brian, to get them in the hourglass, should I do this or this? Now, Brian, first of all, how big should my hourglass be? Now, Brian, should the hourglass be made out of glass? Now, Brian, should it have some support on the top or bottom? I'm like, look, why are you so busy thinking about the hourglass? I got sand coming through my hourglass. Because the reality is, most people know absolutely nothing. So if you just say something, you're doing more than most people. The person who overcomplicates this business really is you. You make it so difficult. I'm gonna prove to you in a second, my 10-year-old son can do this business. It's really simple. But you got to stop questioning the hourglass, the size of it, the shape of it, the material. Is it right? Should we do it now? Should we do it tomorrow? Should we do it later? When you're starting out, I told you on the first slide, you got to have a sense of what? Urgency. Write this down. Quicken my pace to gain experience. See, right now, you want to just have a lot of experience, good and bad. Just get more experience under your belt. Good will show up. You're going to be bad first. Don't worry about it. We're going to see if you do this the right way, with everything Billy and these guys put in the back office, the system will clean up your mistakes anyway. But nobody can even see your mistakes if you don't make them. Make sense? Let's go. So you have to learn how to peak and pass a person to a higher source dynamic. I'll show you what those are in a second. 4, the private business reception, the K party. You guys see how people who are successful, we say the same thing, it's just a different way. Only reason I didn't say K party because it doesn't start with a P. That was a joke. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so the private business reception is the in-home meeting. You got to launch your business. You got to launch your business. That's the in-home meeting where most people are going to sign up. You have to have that as part of your core curriculum. Because let's look at it. You're peaking and passing people so that eventually they will come to your what? Party. So that's another P. So I can swap out party. As long as it has a P in it, I'm cool. So you want to get people to your party. Another thing you have to master is what I call the 7-step presentation. As I work more and more with you guys, I'll teach you different when I tell you baby steps or small psychological things that will make your group explode. And one of them is the 7-step presentation. Who would mind if you had 310 presentations going on any given week? And look, just 3 people showing up at each one. Who would mind that? See, this is what you guys are missing. It's not how many people show up. It's how many presentations you're having. You'll make up for the numbers with the volume. If you got 300 people in your group and 91 of them are doing presentations and 2 people are joining at each presentation, over 180 people just joined tonight. Who cares if it was only 2 at yours? Collectively, our team signed up 180 plus people, but we did it 2 at a what? 2 at a time. That doesn't happen if everybody doesn't know the 7-step presentation. But see, the problem is, in every organization I consult with, name again, Deshae? Deshae's doing it one way, Lisa's doing it one way, I'm doing it one way, Billy's doing it one way. Now, we can't send your people to California because we don't know what type of presentation style that is. Anybody ever been a little nervous, tell the truth, about sending somebody to another presentation? You're like, I don't really know if go see Lisa, but you don't want that. You want every time, every city you call, the presentation has a good flow. It's because now you have duplication happening. So if I send people to Deshae in California, I can be proud because I know she's going to do the same thing that we teach at the university. If I send people to Lisa in Texas, I know it's going to be the exact same thing because we all doing the same thing. When your organization starts to get creative and everybody's doing something different, your group is dead. So you can't allow a lot of creativity and wiggle room if you're trying to duplicate. Make sense? Anything but who? Anything but who? You. You need a person, a place, or a thing doing the presentation for your friends. Here's a good note for you. I learned this. My mentors, 2 of them are billionaires today. That taught me this stuff. Billionaires with a B. He said, look, Brian, always remember, I was 21 years old. He said, if you aren't looking at something, pointing to something, or watching something, you're talking too much. If you don't have people looking at something, pointing to something, or watching something, you're talking too much. When he taught me that, and his wallet could crush me, I learned right then to do what he told me to do. So I learned how to shut my mouth and let other things do all the what? Talking. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you can't do a presentation better than some of these Kannaway videos I've seen. Look, I'm in the industry. This is the best marketing I've seen in years. That deserves at least a round of applause. This is the best marketing I've seen in years. You can't present better than that. But what you can do is be good at getting people in front of that information. And the 7 steps and the different things I'll teach you will get more people in front of that information. Fair enough? Plug. You got to plug people into training. Listen, a lot of you guys are making this mistake. You think the presentation closes prospects, and sometimes it will. But believe it or not, your training is what closes people. See, the presentation answers this question: what is it? The training answers, can I do it? When you're doing a presentation, your prospects are asking themselves 2 questions. Does this make sense? Also known as what is it? But question number 2 is the one very few companies ever answer. Can I do it? Yeah, you look great. I know you made a lot of money. I know you got an iPad. I know you're at the top of the company. I know you're the rock star. But that doesn't mean anything to a prospect. He needs to know if what? If he can do it. Guess what? That's only answered if you plug people into the training. Training is what closes your prospects. Let me tell you guys something. True story. Guys, how much time do I have? Roughly. I started at 4 o'clock. Well, how much time do I have? Somebody let me know. 7 hours. But do I have at least? How I got left? Okay, good. I'm 20 minutes in? Okay. I literally went to I consulted one of my clients, their startup fee, listen to me, is $2,000 to join. $2,000 to join. A gentleman did the presentation. No one signed up. It was $2,000. When I finished doing the training, they signed up 19 people that night. After the training, because it's not the startup cost that keeps people from getting in. Listen to me, guys. It is not the startup cost that keeps people from getting in. It is not the economy. It is not the recession. It is not, it's that you're not putting enough value in your how to do it. See, if I were you, I'm not, but if I was, but I'm not, but if I was, I would spend 85% of my time doing a presentation, and then I would wrap in a quick start training with those same prospects. Because if you give them a quick start training, now they're going, now this makes sense, I can do this. Because what they thought the business was and what it really is two different things. Who would agree? So half the time, when you're doing a presentation, you think it's really good. It is not. That's not to knock your presentation. It just means that it's falling on soil that's not ready to receive it. Because no matter how good your information is, if I don't think I can do it, I'm not giving you $500. I'm not giving you $900. I'm not giving you $200. I'm not giving you $15. I'm not giving you anything if I don't think I can what? Start training your prospects briefly and watch what happens to your numbers. It's not what to do, it's can I do it? That's why Billy that's why he stresses, you're selling the business by the way you present the business. If you go up to everybody and say, look, Deshae, come up here real quick, please. This is what you can't do. Give it up for Mr. Deshae from Hawaii. Lisa, get ready. This is what Billy's saying you're doing. Listen, Deshae, I made an incredible opportunity. You just don't understand. Once you really understand the power of CBD, and when you really get the hemp in your system, we're creating a lifestyle that is second to none. And I'm telling you, people are making a lot of money. You can even get an iPad. So you don't realize it, you're overloading her. You're doing what we call, you're verbally vomiting on your prospect. She's got too much. Now, hand all of it back. Let me show you a secret.
Okay.
In this industry, less means more. The less you say, the more money you make. The less you say, the more money you make. But a lot of people come from a traditional business where the more you say, the more you convince others. That's not true over here. The less you say, the more money you make. Watch this. Deshae, have you ever heard of hemp?
Yeah.
What about CBD?
No.
No. Wow. Yeah, I noticed your face lit up when I said hemp. What do you know about hemp?
I've heard.
She's heard.
Things.
So at least I know she knows what hemp is. If you notice, I'm asking a lot of what? Questions. Well, what if I could show you a way to improve the lifestyle of others and monetize on hemp?
Seriously?
Yes. All right, write your name and number down, and I'll give you a buzz later. Now, I'm in and out. That's called the hit and run. Some of you guys are hitting and sticking. And right, she's going to repel. You don't hit and run. You say what you have to say, and you leave. Now we get home and pass her to a higher source dynamic. Anything but who? Anything but me. Okay? Lisa, come up, please. Give it up for Lisa. Grab those two mics for me. Right there on the arm. See those chairs? Yep. Grab both of them. See, I'm going to show you guys, this business is way too simple. Mic check. Okay? Get ready to turn those on in a second. This business is real simple. You have to surround yourself with beautiful women. Y'all come here for a minute. Come here to say. This is not part of the training. I just need a picture.
I knew there was an ulterior motive.
Can I get a
somewhere.
picture? Yeah. No, just so you have to surround yourself with people, you have to surround yourself with other people. Okay, all right, now we're gonna go to the side here. You have to surround yourself with other people. Here's why. It's unfortunate, but another P that you need to get used to is prejudging. People prejudge you. And when people prejudge you, they have a perception of you. So you are constantly trying to get people to not judge who? You don't want them to judge you. The only way to get them to not judge you is to give them someone else that they don't know. That's what the three-way call is. Listen, two total strangers can do business better than two friends. So you need strength. You got to connect your friend with a total what? Stranger. And you get out the what? Move. Now let two strangers conduct business. That's the importance here. You'll get more people on your list if you do that. You'll get more people to see the higher source dynamics if you do that. That's what you're doing. That person will then invite more people to the glue, which is the party. Now you're getting more people in front of the big presentation. That gives you more people to train. The more people you have training, the more people will promote for your what? Opportunity. The more people you get trained, the more people will climb the what? Comp plan. And now all your problems are gone. Man, y'all not ready for this. Listen, it's easy. When you understand frameworks, the answer to any problem you have is in the previous step. Does that make sense to you guys? So I'm going to prove it in a second with you guys, all right? If you're having trouble in the business, you need to grow as a what? Person. Because let me tell you something, everybody's not having trouble. So whenever you struggle in the business, look at you first. Say, wait a minute. That's what I used to do. Like, wait a minute, what am I doing wrong? Because she's making money. She's signing people up. She's signing people up. He's getting checks. First, start with who? Yourself. Now, when you start prospecting, you're going to build a huge database over time of people. If you aren't piquing anybody's interest and getting them to a higher source dynamic, it's because you have no one on your what? List. If you aren't having anybody at your meetings, it's because you're not passing people to other what? Sources. If you aren't getting people in front of the big presentation, it's because you're not getting people in the parties. The parties promote the big what? Presentation. The big presentations promote the what? The training. Listen to me. I pique a person's interest. I get them to a small meeting. The small meeting will get them to a bigger what? Meeting. The big meeting will then eventually get them what? Trained. You see? So if you're struggling in any area, the answer is in the previous step. If your small meetings don't get packed out, you're not passing enough people. If your big meetings aren't big, it's because you're not having enough small ones. And if none of this is happening, it's because you're not getting them trained. If there's nobody getting trained, you got nobody to promote. Nobody's climbing the compensation plan, you're going to have a whole bunch of problems. So the training curriculum has to be comprehensive. Make sense? It will shortly. This is what it looks like played out. This is called bases loaded. It's old school. I don't take credit for this, but I'm going to give this to you, and I'm going to introduce you to a module before I get off stage. Here's how this works. We're going to act this out, ladies. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right. Mic check.
Check.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check, check. Hers, cool? Check, check. Check on Lisa's, and we'll keep on checking. He'll get it. He'll get it. All right. Now, everything in networking starts with you building a what? List, also known as prospecting. Am I right or wrong? That in baseball would be the equivalent of the on-deck circles. People are waiting to get up to plate. Does that make sense? Your job is to start prospecting by bringing people off the on-deck circle. You got warm market, you got cold market, you got common market. These are people waiting to get in the game. The problem is, do you know whose game it is? Whose game is it? Whose game is it? It's your game. It's your game. See, baseball owners, basketball owners, football owners, you're coming to their game. They didn't come out and beg you to buy a ticket. You don't need to beg people to get a ticket to come to your game. You're having a game whether people are in the stands or not. Who's ever seen a baseball game and it's like the stands just empty sometimes? It's in the middle of the day. They still playing what? They playing ball. They didn't go, man, nobody came, keep my check. Warm market, cold market. We already went over that. Here's the thing. I'm going to go over some key phrases that work in your business. Home-based business, lifestyle change, bonuses and residual income, looking for key leaders, extra income. I'm sorry, I already said residual income, extra income. I don't know, watch the video. Repeat after me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Watch the video. I don't know. Watch the video. Now I'm setting them up for a pass. Now, when I pique their interest, after we use our favorite phrase, Billy told you, I just what? I just found what? Out. So here's how it works. We're going to act it out. You ready? Okay, come down here. Lisa, you come over here. Lisa and I are good friends. I just joined Kannaway. Remember this, guys. A person is the most excited when they first join. A person can only go down from here. Your job is not to keep people motivated. That will burn you out the business. Your job is to keep people inspired long enough until their paycheck motivates them. Here's the technique. Here's the attitude. Come over here real quick. We're going to switch, bro. You stay right here, okay? Here's what I'm doing. Lisa, you stay right here. Put the mic in the other hand. Watch this. When Lisa joins my business, here's my attitude. Hey, welcome to the team.
Hey.
Who do you know?
Who do I know?
No, I'm talking to her. That's the attitude. Watch it again. Watch it again. You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
This is my attitude. When Lisa joins my team, welcome to the business. Hey, who does she know? Hey, I'm Brian. How you doing? Good. I need to find out who she what? Immediately. A person's quitting clock is ticking the minute they join the business. They get buyer's remorse. You have to find out who Lisa knows yesterday. Now, when Deshae joins the business and gets in, Lisa gets a what? Bonus. Am I right or wrong? Now, I just helped Lisa stay in the business a lot what? Now she's going to bring me a lot more what?
Money.
More people. And more money. Watch again. Lisa, you excited?
I'm excited.
Welcome to Kannaway.
Thank you.
Let's find out who you know. Hey, welcome to the team. Who do you know? I drive a leg deep. So now all my people get paid and get a bonus their first couple of days. Now they're going to start bringing me more people to load up on my what? Basis. I got to go quickly here. Does everybody see the psychology? So here's what we do. Let's go from the beginning. Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. Listen, I just found out about a brand new home-based business changing people's lives.
Awesome.
I don't know a lot about it, but I want to know if I had your permission to send you a video.
Absolutely.
Did I say all those phrases? No, I did just 3. See, these are called phrases that pay. Switch them, change them, rearrange them, I don't care. Get good at saying them. Hey, Lisa, listen. I found out a way you can earn some residual income. You remember you told me you're tired of working?
Oh, yeah.
We got residual income where now you get paid like an artist does or like an author.
Hey.
Is that good?
That's great.
It's going to change your life. I don't know a lot about it. Watch the video. This time I focused on what? Residuals.
Residual.
Hey, Deshae.
Hey,
We've been friends for a long time, right?
absolutely.
I understand that you want to make some extra income. Remember, we talked about it.
Tons.
Listen, were you serious or just kidding?
Kind of. Very serious. Of course
People-
I want to make money.
People are always serious. Write that down. Were you serious or just kidding? In 20 years, I've never had a friend of mine say, I was just joking. Deshae,
Yes,
you remember we talked about you were working too much and you wanted to spend more time with the family?
absolutely.
Were you serious or just kidding?
Very serious.
I was serious. People never say I was just kidding. I got all the time I need. Now you just loaded the bases. Here's the key. When you put a person on first, your job is not to run them all the way around back home. Your job is to load another person on first. See, this is called bases loaded. A lot of you guys are hitting singles. In other words, you're waiting on this friend to be interested. Then you're waiting to do a 3-way call. Then you're waiting to get them to speak to somebody else and close them. Then you're waiting to get them back home to a presentation. That's way too much waiting. By the time you get one person around the base, I ran 20 people around the bases. Because some people are going to run on their own. Does that make sense to everybody? Your job is to load people off of the on-deck circle and get them to first base. Kannaway then will help you run the bases with the training and the back office system. But it's hard to score points if you don't get nobody in the game. Not only are some of you guys at home, some of you guys not only have friends in the on-deck circle, you in the on-deck circle. That'll catch some of y'all later. You got to get in the game. So let's do it. Let's act this out. Here's how it works one more time. Hey, Lisa.
Hey.
You remember you told me about the time you wanted that new Jaguar, but it was a little steep?
Yes, I do.
Were you serious or just kidding?
I was so serious.
I found a way I believe we can get it.
Great.
We all know residual income is better than linear income.
Yes.
Right? We have a lifestyle company using hemp. You ever heard of it?
I have.
All right, awesome. You'll love it when you find out how to get paid off of it. Okay? I don't know a lot about it, but I want you to watch the video and we may get a step closer to that Jaguar.
Awesome.
Now, I tied her into something that she wants. Make sense? Now, in this case, I'm going to tie her into an expert. Don't worry, I'm going to do the expert role. Okay? But for the sake of this example, you come to the middle. Just shake.
Okay.
Stay right there. Lisa's a good friend of mine. The expert is in the middle. Hey, Deshae.
Yes.
I got a good friend of mine. She wanted a Jaguar. I told her I found out that she can get one, and our vehicle will be a great way to help her get it. Okay?
Let's get it for her.
You have about 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Perfect. I need you to talk to a good friend of mine. I'm getting myself out the way. Out the way. Make sense? Now, all you do as the expert, come here, we're going to switch. I'm Deshae. Just imagine. Okay. I'm Deshae. Now, the expert's job is to get the friend to the meeting. I don't have a lot of time to get into that today, but I'll give you a quick example. My job is within 90 seconds to get the friend to the meeting. Now she passed her to me, and now I pass her to step 3. If an expert is not available, no problem. Pre-qualify them with your team or company site, a 24-hour presentation, or you guys do a ton of hangouts, or a 24-hour call. A person may not be available, but I didn't say earlier all you have is people. You got a person, place, or what? Thing. So now if you get your person to a person, place, or thing, by the time they get to the expert, they're pretty much ready to go. They just need a person to confirm the meeting. Everyone see how that works? You just need a person to confirm the appointment. Now a third party makes the appointment, not 2 friends. All right, let's tie it all together. So now I'm the expert. I'm sorry, Lisa, here we go. I'm going to be the expert. She is trying to get Lisa to a presentation. The first thing I do, here are the steps, write this down. Number 1, break the ice. Number 2, project thought. Number 3, ask and elaborate. Number 4, provide alternative choices. That's $1 million framework I just gave you. 1, break the ice. 2, project thought. 3, ask and elaborate. 4, provide 2 choices. Watch this. Lisa, how you feel?
Awesome.
Listen, I heard some great things about you.
Good.
How much did you pay Deshae to say all those things?
What?
How much did you pay her to say those good things about you?
Oh, I didn't.
See, they always laugh. They always laugh. It never fails. It never fails. How much did you pay Deshae to say those great things? It never fails. Now I broke the ice. 2, project thought. Hey, Lisa, I understand you're the kind of person that hates missing out on opportunities.
I do.
Great. That's called projecting thought. A person will live up to an expectation. I told her that her friend told me something positive, so she's never going to say, that's not true. You have a person live up to your expectations. You got it? Now, I asked and elaborate. What attracted you about this opportunity the most? Pick something.
The products.
The products. Now I elaborate on the products. See how this works? You don't have to be an expert. All you got to do is ask the right questions. Break the ice, project thought, ask what does she like most, and then you elaborate on what she like what? Most. Whatever she likes most is what you give her. Now she just told you, I like the products. You don't say, what? I like the comp plan. See, some of you guys are giving her what you like. You got to give her what? What she likes. If you give her what she likes, she's going to show up at the presentation at her friend's house. Because I'm going to give her 2 choices to what she likes. Hey, listen, the products are incredible. We have a skincare line that's second to none. When you talk about vitalizing your skin and revitalizing your health, you'd agree it's important, right?
Absolutely.
Listen, we got 2 options. We can do a conference call tonight that corporate is doing, or we're actually going to be at the Shays house tomorrow at 7:30. Which one works best for you?
Both.
Both. We
Both.
give her 2 options. Write that down, guys. Always provide 2 choices for a person to get more information. Never just one. Shay, roughly how much time do I have? 20? Okay. Never give just one. Always give how many? 2. Make sense? Here's the formula. Break the what? Ice. Project what? Thought. Ask and then elaborate. Ask her what she liked most so far, and then you give her more of what she what? Likes. Then you give her 2 choices to find more of what she what? That's what you're doing. Now everybody can be an expert. I want you guys to imagine this. Everybody stand up for a minute. Everybody stand up. I need y'all for 2 more seconds. I'm going to let you down. I want y'all to imagine everybody in this room knowing how to do an effective 3-way call. Charles, if we could pass all of our prospects to all these guys in the room, and tonight they would just start hammering each other, inviting people out to the party, inviting people out to the party, would the numbers quadruple next month? Tonight. The key is you have to get people on the phone with someone else. Some of you guys are running these bases yourself. So here's what you're doing. You're hitting. Boom. You're running to first, running to second, running to third, and by the time you make it home, somebody what? Catch me, because you're working too hard. If you would just keep your butt at home and get people to first, they already got the system in place to help you load up the what? Basis. Now, when a leader comes, you hit a grand what? And everybody comes in and scores. But guys, you can't do it until you rise up your level and increase your level of leadership. So it's everybody in this room as of right now feeling a little more equipped to take a phone call from someone else. Everybody got it? Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a big hand. Have a seat. Now, this is a secret. A lot of people miss this. There are 2 types of 3-way calls. There are 2 types of 3-way calls. There's the introduction, where you're trying to get someone to a presentation, and then there's a 3-way close, where somebody else needs to ask your friend if they're joining. Who would like to know the formula to close people? All right, so this side wants the money. Who would like to know the formula to close people? Okay. Sergio, you with me? All right. Sergio stays with me. Here's how you close people. We literally, okay, let's put these mics down. Oh, no, you need to keep them. I'm sorry, keep them. We literally just left a presentation. Do you see how important it is that you keep 3 people at all times in your scenario? Always involve someone else. The prospect, the rep, and then a third person. Always keep someone else involved. It keeps you from getting exhausted and tired, and it builds rapport between 3 people, 2 of which are total what? Total strangers. So here's how this works, and you guys can have a seat, and I appreciate it. Everybody, anybody need to see the first 3-way one more time? Is everyone, you need to see it one more time? Okay. Ring, ring, Lisa. Hey, I heard some great things about you. Awesome. How much did you pay Deshae to say those great things? Nothing. That's breaking the what? Ice. You break the ice. Now, I heard you're the kind of person, that's cool, just speak up. I heard you're the kind of person who hates missing out on opportunities. Is that right or wrong?
That's right.
That's right. She hates missing out on opportunities. I project what? Thought. Well, listen, that's incredible. Out of everything you've heard so far, what do you like most about what you've heard?
The products.
The products. Let's pick something else, just to give another example.
The team.
The team. Oh, we have an incredible team. You ask, and then you what? Elaborate. We got an incredible team. You don't have a clue. We got people from all over the country helping people with this wonderful product, hemp and CBD, taking it to the world. We have people from all walks of life, doctors, lawyers, single moms, single dads, college students, you name it. Everyone needs a better quality of life. Would you agree?
I agree.
Perfect. We're going to meet with everybody from the team tonight on the conference call, but they're going to be there in person over at Deshay's house Thursday. Which one is best for you?
Both.
Both. So I give her two choices. Everyone got it? Okay, here's the formula to close people. I'm telling you, I'm giving you my nuggets. Check it, let me try it one more time. Here's the formula to close, and I'm gonna get out of here and give you guys some extended education, as I always do. I'm gonna give you an online platform that this is the first time I'm rolling it out here in Puerto Rico. The first time I'm gonna debut this in Puerto Rico, and I'm gone. A close is where now we want to see if Lisa is ready to join. Everyone got me? We want to see if Lisa is ready to what? Join. You don't invite a whole bunch of people if you're not going to get them what? Closed. You can't run these bases, guys. We don't run the bases just to be running the bases. You don't run the bases just to run the bases. You're trying to get the person from first. What's the objective in baseball? To get all the way back what? Home. So at your parties that you guys are having, you got to know how to close. Who wants to know how to close? Here you go. Is everybody ready? Number one, create a gauge. I'll explain it in a second. Just write it down. Create a gauge. Number two, fill the void. Fill the void. First, I'm going to create a gauge. We're going to act this out. Then we're going to fill the void of the gauge. Make sense? 3, provide a solution. 4, call to action. 1, create a gauge. 2, fill the void. 3, provide a solution. 4, call to action. See, everything I do in a sequence where now the entire team can go duplicate. Now you got 1,000 people out moving by the beat of the same drum. So here we go. At a live meeting. This is your good friend.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii. Y'all good?
Y'all are all coming, right?
Hawaii's about to be on the map. Y'all ready? All right, come over here for me. Now, these two are good friends. I'm the expert. Okay? Go over there like she's your friend.
We're pretending.
We're pretending it. They're good friends. They're friends. When Deshay takes one step back, she's going to introduce me and say, Brian, this is Lisa. Lisa, this is Brian. And I want you to take one step out the picture. Everybody got it? Go ahead. Brian, this is Lisa.
Brian, I want you to meet Lisa. And Lisa, this is Brian.
Great. How you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Excellent. She takes one step. Just one. Come back this way.
Might have taken a couple more.
All I want you to do is this.
Okay.
That's the sign for close my guess. See, you didn't mess around and run all these bases for nothing. We got to get the person back home. So now it ties all together. We need to know what Lisa's thinking. But you never turn to your friends and go, so what you think? Look, you barely got your friend in the car. You going to ask her for $900? She already skittish. So you let somebody else find out what she's what? Thinking. Introduction again, one step back. Hey, Deshay, good to see you.
Very good to see you, Brian.
Thank you.
This is my good friend Lisa. And Lisa, this is Brian.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Excellent. When she takes the step back, that's my sign to close. You never do this. Hey, Brian, close her out. I see people do that all the time. You never use the word close at the close. Yeah. Hey, Brian, get her. Can you get her? I'm like, will you shut up and step back? I know what to do. When you do this, I close. Don't ever say, can you close at the close? I got a whole training. I'll introduce you guys to it today where I tell you the 10 things never to do. Here we go. Hi, Lisa. How you doing?
I'm great. How are
Great.
you?
Hey, listen, we always ask people, number one, is Deshae awesome or what?
She's awesome.
She's incredible.
Yes, she is.
Listen, I always ask people, on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is I'm in, are you at least an 8 or higher?
I'm a 10.
She's a 10.
10.
So what I did, I created a gauge as to where she is. Did I say, what number are you? I said, are you at least a what? 8 or higher. Now, that's in a perfect world, and I appreciate it, but like, be an 8.
I'll be an 8.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm in, are you at least an 8 or higher?
8.
8.
8.
Great. What would it take to get the other 2 points?
Maybe a 3-way call.
Now, I want you to hear this. When I said, what would it take to get the other 3 points? I did what? Shut up. See, the person who speaks the least makes the most money. Some of y'all like, what would it take? You need some more information? Let's talk to your husband. You can't do that. Just shut up. She's going to tell you what it would take to make her a what? A 10. There are 2 kinds of 3-way calls. One invites, one closes. It amazes me how many companies I consult with. I do trainings all over the world. They will not teach you how to close people. If you don't learn how to close people, all of that is for nothing. They got a whole back office training ready for you guys. Got it? Now she's going to tell me what her problem is. She needs more information. Then I solve that problem so Deshae can sign her up. Y'all give them both a big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just needed 3 people up here to really, really show you how that works. Stop. So now you know how to introduce people and you know how to close people. Got it? You sure? Now, as I said earlier, this takes practice. You're not going to be good at it at first. You're going to go home and say, listen, on a scale of 1 to 8. No, if you subtract 2, are you a 2 on a scale of 1 to 8? You're going to mess it up at first. Don't worry about it. But you're going to be bad before you're good, and you're going to be good before you become what? Great. But you got to go ahead and get bad behind you. See, at 19, that's just what I did. I went ahead and got bad behind me. Just get bad behind you. Because look, the worst thing that can happen is you end up doing what you're already doing. That's the worst thing that can happen. So to go ahead and get bad behind you. So I got to get out of here. Here's what I want to do. I want to debut something because I owe Troy big time. I want you to know that. I owe Troy big time. A friend of mine has seen the benefits of your product like you would not believe. And when I say you guys have something life-changing, you have something life-changing. So just because I believe in the law of reciprocity and I believe in giving back, I literally chose, and I told my personal assistant, that I want to debut something to this particular group that I just feel like really will revolutionize how you do the business. It'll really amplify how you do the business. There are 4 ways to learn, 4 schools of thought. First, you learn conceptually. Then you learn tactically. Then you learn transformationally, and then you learn transcendentally. The transcendental learning is the highest level of learning. That means you've helped a person so much that you have changed their life. Not just transformed them as a person, but transforming them changed their legacy for generations to come. It takes a lifetime to change a person transcendentally because you don't know the effects that your teaching has had on them for years and years and years. But you got to start planting those seeds when? Now. Today, I want to show you guys this brand new framework. These 8 modules have been put together in a home study course that you can go home, watch all the modules, pause them, then print and download the sheets to go with them. We're going to show you guys how to do all 8 by changing who first? You. That's very, very important. It's nothing different than what you've learned. It's just that some people learn conceptually, others learn tactically. You have to do it. You have to see it. You got to print the worksheet off and do it while you watch the video. Who likes a hands-on approach to learning? Very important. So now, if you pay close attention here, first we outline all 8 modules. Then we do the power of personal growth, prospecting part-time. Who would like to go from part-time to full-time eventually? Make sense? Then we learn how to peak and pass. Then we learn how to present. It's 8 weeks of several videos with printouts to help you learn the formulas that I'm teaching you. Now, for example, the first video is 40 minutes, where you can pause it, press play, rewind it. It's called Faith, Attitude, and Belief. How do you get more faith and attitude and belief in who? In you. The first module alone has 3 videos in it. Just the personal growth module has 3 videos that have never been released before. I'm releasing this whole module to Kannaway, Puerto Rico. Never been released before. And I don't say things, I don't put it this way, I don't lie. You won't go home on the internet and see that so-and-so has this too. This is unreleased. I did this to develop for Puerto Rico. Watch this. The next module is bases loaded. The reason I flew around those bases, because you got another 37-minute training complete with the baseball diagram and a 3-way diagram to show you how to load your bases. Everything I just did up here, you can watch over and over and over and over with more detail. I don't have to fly like I'm doing right now. That's one of 6 videos under that module. So far in 2 modules, you got 9 videos. All right, mic check. This is the value and how much I normally would move this product for every other client. Kannaway, all the way through 10-1. Anybody watching online can participate too. Anyone watching here, we're going to give the first 10 people 2 free DVDs outside today, the first 10 people. And we're going to take over $800 off, almost $700 off. So all 8 weeks of the home study is $297 for Kannaway, whether they're watching live or whether they're watching here. And if you're here, the first 10 people will receive 2 free DVDs. Who would agree it's cool to learn tactically so you can get to transcendentally? Is that okay with you guys? So I wanted to make sure we gave you guys a lot of value. I wanted to show this company a big token of appreciation because you always show love to me. After the first, I don't lie, it's going to be $1,000. It's going to be $1,000. When I tell you I'm loading this bad boy with serious content, so I gave Kannaway 2.5, 3 weeks to take full advantage, even if you're at home. If you say, Brian, what are the freebies? The freebies are a DVD I created called The 5 Fundamentals. This is how I made my first $1 million and the basic 5 things I learned. And then there's another DVD called Live Well, how to use your products to have a healthy lifestyle, because what good is wealth if you don't have your health? I'm telling you, I know a lot of wealthy people who are miserable because they don't take care of themselves. You need a balance of both. Those are free, by the way. Some people say, Brian, that's a little steep. Then guess what? You can get at least the basics of the training for $47. So we got something, we got a nice size package if you want all 8 weeks, and we got a single DVD if you want to just learn the basics. Either way, I love you guys, Kannaway. Troy, I appreciate you, man. I really do, like never before. Ryan, I really appreciate you. Seth, back to you, and I'll see you guys at the back table. Thanks a lot. Thanks a million.